we would like to find the slope and the y-intercept for this equation here, and then we would like to graph it. So let's start here by solving for y. So to solve for y, why don't we subtract that x? So we're going to get 5y equals negative 4x plus 20. And now I'm going to divide by that 5, right? Divide by that 5. And I'm going to divide every individual term by 5. So that will give us y equals negative 4 over 5x plus 20 over 5, but I can reduce that. So here's an equation in slope-intercept form. Y equals negative 4/5 x plus 4. All right, there's our equation. Now from this equation, I can pick out the slope, right? The slope is negative 4/5. It's negative, so the line falls as we look left to right. And the y-intercept, let's just call it b, is 4. So let's construct the graph. The first thing I'm going to do is get a point. Now the point I'm going to use, of course, is b equaling 4. So I'm going to come up to 4, that's the y-intercept, and I'm going to put a point right there. And now I need another point. And I can get that other point using the slope, because the slope tells me how the horizontals and the verticals change. And this slope tells me that if I start at any point on the line, like the red dot we put up there, if I move to the right 5, because this is positive, so to the right 5 and then down 4, we'll be back on the line. So I'm going to start at this point up here. I'm going to go to the right 5, down 4, and I'll be back on the line. So let's do that. To the right 5, down 4 puts us right here. And now, as best I can, I'm going to pass a line through those 2 points. There we go. So I've got the graph, I've got the slope, and I've got the y-intercept. And while we're doing this, can you get the slope? Well, let's do it together. Can we get the slope of any line that's parallel to this line? Well, we know parallel lines have the same slope. So our line has slope negative 4/5. A parallel line would also have slope negative 4/5. And then what about the slope of the perpendicular line? Any perpendicular line to this line. So for example, here's one. I just drew a blue line that looks like it's perpendicular to that line. I would like to know that slope. Now I can get that slope because I know a relationship between slopes of lines and their perpendiculars. And that relationship is one of negative reciprocal. So this is going to be, all right, now what do you do here? You look at your line and you take the reciprocal. That means just flip it over, 5 over 4, and change the sign. So this is negative, and you can see the blue line here is going up, so it's going to have positive slope. So you change the sign, and then you take the reciprocal, just flip it over. So this is going to be positive 5 over 4.